Oh, hey there. Good to see you back. We're about to tackle this field of alfalfa here. We got that cotton hauled in and dealt with. So I think we'll take the Massey here. And we'll go over here. We'll go get our mower. And we'll see what we can do with this alfalfa field here. Just as soon as we can. Let's see, what's the planting schedule for alfalfa? When can we plant alfalfa? It's May right now. We gotta wait 3 months. And in 3 months we can plant alfalfa in what was the cotton field. Well, that's not too bad. But this will be the last cutting that we get off of this field for this year. Let's get our steering assist going. Get our mower on. Let's get kind of straightened up a bit. Let's lower it. Alright, while we're doing this, how's everybody doing today? I hope your day is going good. We're going to try to get this this alfalfa turned into hay so that we have plenty of feed for the cows. Cows and sheep. We'll have to check and see how much we still have left. Man, that looks empty back there where I excuse me, where I cut all those trees out. The next cutting project is going to have to be to clear out that one little spot there in the cotton field, or what's going to be the new alfalfa field. And then we'll start getting that field prepped, get it ready for oops, missed a spot. And then we'll get it ready, and then we'll get going with it. There's going to be so much in that field that we'll probably do some of it in roll it or wrap it, turn it into silage. Although I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, do we actually want to make TMR for the cows? They're the only ones that would have any kind of benefit from it. Man, I keep missing. So yeah, we'll have to see what we end up doing. If you hear anything strange noise coming from my microphone, that's the farm kitty. He's attacking it. He thinks it's a cat toy. He thinks I'm a cat toy. Uh-oh, he's going to lay down now. He's just a kitten, but he gets a little rambunctious. But we'll get this cut. We'll get it tedded. And then we'll row it up and bale it. And we'll be ahead of the game at this point. And like I said, we may go ahead and put in some dairy cows. See if we can make a go with that. And in that case, we definitely would want the TMR. Although we would want to have we'd want to have one pasture that we could put them on that are not pregnant, that don't have babies, and that are not milking. And then we can keep them separated and only feed them what we need to feed them, so that we can, you know, save a little bit of our cost by you know, giving the non-milking cows the hay or silage, and the milking ones we can give the TMR to. All right. Yeah, I had to go take a little break. Of course, you didn't see anything, notice it. I could have gotten by without saying anything. Here we go, cutting grass. Nice little tractor. Never used this tractor before. But I have to say that playing with realistic livestock kind of really slows things down, because your herd doesn't grow real fast. Not like it does without it. I mean, we're moving pretty slow, and you know, I guess it'll pick up later, but right now it's just really, really slow. So we'll just have to see how this goes. It's kind of an experiment for me to do this in with the realistic livestock mod. kind of started it once before, and I was really confused, like I was about the sheep, about dairy cows not producing milk right away. And then I realized later on that, oh, well, it's like real life. They have to be lactating like they do after they have a baby. And so they only do that for certain periods of time. And then they have to be freshened, as they call it. And that means that they have to be pregnant or get pregnant, and they have to have a baby so that they can produce milk. And so that's obviously going to be something that will help expand that herd when we get there. And we'll be able to excuse me. I don't know, it'll just be an interesting experiment, I think, to see how that works. And it's going to be a real struggle. Fortunately, the sheep, well, I say that, they do have their off time too for producing wool. So it's going to be kind of a struggle to make a ranch, a profitable ranch that is based on this. I mean, and that's kind of the way it is in real life, I guess, you know. I mean, there are some things like what farmers will do around here, or ranchers. Excuse me, big yawn. So like around here we have lots of pastures with grass, and so in the springtime they'll buy a bunch of calves, just like the youngest, smallest baby calves they can get, and then they turn them loose on the pasture and just let them eat grass all the way through till fall. And then they sell them, take them to the auction and sell them. They've put on weight, and so other than the cost of caring for the field, the grass, but just fertilizing and things, and of course they have to do things like rotating the fields and stuff. Ooh, excuse me. And that will, you know, that way they can have grass growing all the time. And, you know, that kind of thing. So, the one thing that they have in this game that I don't always agree with, and I think some map modders have made the changes, is that, you know, I mean, you pay a lot of money in the store to buy grass-fed, grass-finished beef. But yet, feeding cows grass in Farming Simulator gives the lowest productivity of anything. And while it may be a lower productivity for sure, it does produce a fairly good quality animal. So I don't know, you know, I mean, that's just realistic. The realistic livestock mod kind of attempts to help that a little bit, but it doesn't really adjust the feed. I remember in 22 there was and I think they're working on it now, but there was a mod called Maize Plus, and it completely changed the way that the animals eat, and made it somewhat more realistic, and made it oh, that was already on. Made it somewhat more realistic and complex, and added some an additional degree of difficulty. Well, I think if they brought that back, which, like I said, I understand that they're supposed to be working on that for 25. But if they were to bring that back along with the realistic livestock, I mean, you would have a very, very realistic, yeah, I know I should use something, a different word, but I can't think of anything appropriate, experience with the animals. So, it be kind of interesting to see what they do with that, if they do come out with that, and how it affects things. And there are ways that you can go into maps, and you can go into you could excuse me, oh, pardon me, another yawn. That you can go in and adjust the animal feed. But if you're going to do that, it's going to be got to put a lot of thought into it, plan it out. You can't just go and change make a few changes here and there, and make it good, I mean, it's got to be, they put a lot of effort and thought into the Maize Plus, and what it would take to make the different feed and stuff. Well, I don't know. Just my little rant, I guess. I think, what did we get, like 14 bales or something like that last time? I don't remember. We'll have to see how many we get this time. It definitely was limed and fertilized and all of that kind of stuff. It looks like we got pretty good yield off of it here. But this will be, once we get that other field over there in alfalfa, then we'll see what kind of pins we can add over here and stuff. Oh, what can we talk about? I went searching off of Mod Hub. Seeing the Ford tractor there made me think of it, and I pulled out a lot of little Ford tractors. Kind of gotten into the blue iron kind of scheme. Although I do have a little red iron right there. Little Massey. Say little Massey. It's not little, but it's not big either. Yeah, and I kind of put my my other series, if you've been watching, I made one episode of it, and for the continuation of the Homestead Challenge into a market farm. Yeah, I'm kind of putting that one on hold. I was working on a mod for that, and turns out modding is harder than I thought. I mean, I do write computer programs and design computer systems, and I had no illusion that it was going to be just a point and click and be done with it kind of process. But the other thing that kind of doesn't help is it seems like that there is kind of not a lot of documentation about how the engine works with the giant software. Even if you're part of the developers network, the information that they give you can be kind of vague. You know, and like I wanted to take the farmer's market, the base game farmer's market selling point, and I wanted to create a kind of a new type of selling point that is kind of, I guess you could say it was really more of like a production in a way, in that it it stored items like a silo would, or like your input storage on a production would. And then a script would every hour would run, and for each item that was in it in storage, it would generate a random number for how much of that item was sold, and it would sell it at whatever the price is at that moment. And so instead of taking your products and just dumping them at the doorstep of a selling point, you would load it up, and of course you'd own it, but you would load it up with products, and then over time those products would sell just like they would in a real store. And so I've got the script, and I think it works okay. It's just getting the game to I guess you could say to read or be aware of what the placeable type is. If it's a, with the silo or the selling point, or a production. And I kind of had it working as a production, and then I realized that if it's going to be a production, the engine requires you to have a recipe that involves the something that's in your storage or in your input storage, and then it would output something. I mean, some people have created mods that, like the farm skip, it basically deletes things that you put in there. So it is a excuse me. Oh my God, am I going to go to sleep on you or what? Sorry about that. But it basically, actually, I think that is an actual selling station. It just has a price multiplier that is 0. So everything that it sells at 0. It's kind of a clever way of deleting stuff, but it would be nice to be able to, for a couple of things, to be able to, one, be able to just have your sales spread out more realistically, and two, to have basically a consumption mod that your the people that you support, if you want to call them your family, the workers or whatever, they all require food, and so you have to buy or produce food, like we did on the homestead challenge. We had to produce our own food, and that food then we would sell it, and it wasn't like kind of super realistic that we were selling everything that we had saved throughout the year, and the quantities were a bit large for a homestead, but the concept was still a good one, in that we had to we had to survive that situation. But I some of the when I first was introduced to the farm skip, it was Old Grizzly in his interpretation of the challenge was rather than benefiting from the sale of the products that your family was supposed to have consumed, he would keep up with it in storage, and then what am I doing? Then he would at the end, when everybody else would sell, then he was just taking and transferring the content to, taking it to the skip. So he wasn't profiting from it at all. Which once I saw that, I kind of wanted to do it that way too, but I think I would like to do that again, that homestead challenge again, maybe with a few different parameters, set of parameters for that, and see what, knowing what I know now, you know, what would I do differently? And there are a few things. I would do differently. I think that any time that you have any kind of playthrough on any of these maps, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to think, oh, well, I should have done that, or I could have done this, or whatever. Oh, I'm under attack by the farm kitty. He better behave this time. Oh, now he's trying to help me with the controller. He thinks my hand's dirty. Yeah, I think I like this rake too. Oh, I guess it would help if I was on the line. Jeez. I should probably go back over that again, because that was pretty ugly. Yeah, let's do that again. We can kind of straighten that up a little bit, because that would just create a mess on the next run. It would leave some, for lack of a better term, some jaggies over there. And then I already had this down here at this end, so not that big a deal to go and do it again. Yeah, I think it's interesting that there are not many YouTubers out there that are doing the realistic animals playthroughs. And I think kind of what I'm seeing is part of the problem is it's just so slow to make progress. And that's something you don't want to, you don't really want to you don't want to have a slow moving series. So I don't know how far this will go. I may at some point decide to pull out the realistic livestock part of it and just go on with it from there. Just for the simple reason of speeding things up. But I'm not willing to give up quite yet. I kind of want to see how this would play out. This is going pretty good. We've only been here for about 30 minutes, and we've got, excuse me, we've got it cut, tedded, and we're rowing right now. And then we'll have it baled and picked up before the end of the episode. Oop, gotta be careful. I've really got to get this farm better laid out. That's something I haven't been real good at, is decorating the farm and kind of fixing it up and stuff. I see a lot of people do that, and I really respect those people. It takes a lot of work and effort to get that done. I mean, I've heard some guys say that they may take them a month or so of working on a game save just to get the map ready for them to start their playthrough. And you know, I can understand that. But I don't know. The only thing I can say about this map in a negative, and it's not really a negative, it's just something that is not one of my favorite things, is that the fields are big. Almost like they have a it's almost like it has a 4X kind of feel to it, even though it's not a 4X map. So I don't know. I mean, leave any comments about that. What your thoughts are on what kind of maps you like to play, and that kind of thing. I mean, I keep going back to like the Polish style maps, Eastern European, whatever. And I mean, you know, maybe it's in my blood. I don't know. Technically, according to my DNA test, that I'm a quarter of my heritage comes from Poland area. And we have I have found some of my relatives and I haven't met them, but before my wife left, she was helping me kind of communicate with them and get information and gathering stuff and everything. And yeah, but I still haven't found. I was adopted, so I haven't found who my dad was. but I have not found who my mom was. And therefore, I don't know who my I guess maternal grandparents are, or paternal grandparents either. Well, no, that's not right. Not. Well, that kind of stuff. Those relationships, I always had to get the chart out to look at them and see. Now, what is my relationship called between you and me? Wow, that's a strong fence. And I guess what they say about what the best defense is a great offense. Turn on automatic drop. So I guess last time we did 15. Let's reset the bale counter. Yeah, 180 is the biggest. Okay. Alrighty now. Let's get her going. Let's see how many bales we get out of this one. Filling up pretty quick. Man, I don't know if I'm going to make it through this without dozing off. It's not that I'm bored, it's just it's been a long day recording this at the end of the day. Oh, about ready to drop one. My son is in band and they had a field trip today, so he needed to be there a little bit early. And my daughter was going to go in early for some tutoring, but she couldn't sleep last night. She has some sleeping issues, and so she didn't get hardly any sleep, and therefore she couldn't go to school today, or didn't go to school. And I had to go get her early yesterday. She had the same issue the night before, and she was sleeping in class, fell asleep in class. And I mean, she was sleeping so soundly the teacher and kids were having a hard time waking her up. Wow, we haven't even finished the first headland yet, and we're up to 4. Get that little spot there. Come back around. There we go. Oh, I missed a spot over there too. So 5 just for the one headland. Well, last time we got 15, so if we get 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to have to hurry up and get through with this because I am trying to doze off. And I don't think you want to have a recording of me snoring for 3 hours. Already up to 7. I mean, we're already halfway to that first time. I don't know. We're going to be close, whichever way it is, more or less. It's going to be close. Farm kitty just repositioned himself. Made me lay back and kind of get up on my chest. I guess he likes to feel my heartbeat. Just run over the hay. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 more rows left. And we're already on number 9, almost number 10. That's just... Sure does seem like we're going to get more this time. So yeah, I would definitely like to maybe speed up this process a little bit. I mean, I don't want to be here forever on this one game. Oh, 11. Are we gonna make more than we did last time? I don't think we're gonna make less. I think that's pretty obvious. That's going to be 12 right there. I think once we get these trees cleared out down here, I don't know. I want to put in a new farmhouse. Something a little nicer than that one that we have up there now. But nothing too big and fancy. Don't want to spend a lot of money on it. So, I don't know. I was thinking possibly even... definitely going to look at the constructibles. I think those are pretty cool. I have yet to do one of those either. So I think it might be interesting to see how that would work out. Probably should put in some bees. I don't know what realistic livestock mod does to bees though. If it does anything. Farm kitty, you're gonna have to leave my microphone alone. You're making noise in it by hitting it with the cute furry paw. See, we're already at 14. I don't know. We might even make it to 20. I mean, this is the second time that we cut it with the fields merged. So, I mean, it's not that... I mean, we've limed it and we... fertilized it and we took care of it, but other than that... I mean, I didn't think it would be... producing that much more this time. Three more and we will call it a day. Yeah, this is the second did I record? No, I don't think I did. No, I did. Never mind. And my brain stops working after a certain point in the day. And I am well past that prime time. Alright, 1 3/4 left. We're at 17 right now. About to be 18. I think we might get maybe 21. Kind of looking like that. Well, I don't know. 18. It'd probably be 20. We'll just have to see. Well, this is 19. It's almost definitely going to be 20. I guess the real question is, it's going to be 20 or 21. All right. Sorry about that. Farm kitty dropped on my keyboard and hit a key, and everything went crazy. And took a while to figure out how to get everything back the way it's supposed to be. I think I did. Farm kitty got in trouble for it. $20. And 20 and a half. Unload unfinished bale. $21. Alright, let me go park this thing and then we'll call it an episode. Then later we'll figure out what we are going to be doing next. We'll collect our hay, and then we'll see. It'll be a few months before we start getting it'll be a few months before we start getting wool again. We got, ooh, Granny's is really loud over there. She got all kinds of machinery going in there. We have Granny's knitwear. We have a couple of pallets of clothes already. Lots of cotton. Still have some wool left. There's 73,000 liters of hay left. And we have two and a half pallets of clothes. We're talking 11,000 or 15,000 in November. We'll just have to, we'll have to see. We do have a bit of a loan. A $900 a month loan payment. But anyway, yep, we'll call this an episode. Thank you for coming back and hanging out again. And I'm looking forward to the next time we meet. And if you haven't already, if you'd subscribe. And also, if you like this episode, you could boop the like button. That'll let me know that people are liking what I'm producing. And if you do have any comments, please leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, and I will comment you back. So until next time, Cousin Skeeter's saying bye bye for now.